Hello, and welcome to another edition of Good Deeds. It is brought to you by justserve.org. If you're looking for ways to make this a better community and help people, well, go to justserve.org where you can get connected with tons of organizations that are doing that every day in the Sacramento area. That's justserve.org. Today, we are learning more about the work in our community that the Ohana Dance Group is doing. And with us to talk about it is one of the teachers from the program, Bernadette. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for the work you do.
Thank you for having me today.
Absolutely. Tell us about the work you do and how you are helping this community through dance.
So, our nonprofit Ohana Dance Group is not just a nonprofit. It supports the halau, kuhai halau, pokapono okalani pa'ola pakahiko. So we have classes that we provide to students from the age of 4 to 80. We have also had a preschool group we're kind of working on bringing back, but we go out into our community. We teach our community the stories and the history and the culture of Hawaii through dance, but also the stories. So our performances include those conversations around some difficult areas in the Hawaiian history, but it tells the stories of Hawaii's past and the present. And that's we like to get out there and just share everything that we can with everybody in our community.
Yeah, I imagine you run into a lot of misconceptions about Hawaiian culture. What are some of the more prominent ones?
So the biggest misconception of Hawaiian culture is the Tahitian and Hawaiian division. So a lot of people think Hawaiian dancing and hula is the coconut bras and the grass skirts. It's not. It is very much story centered. The Tahitian aspect, yes, they have the coconut bras, they have the grass skirts, they use the quick drumming, and often people are confused when we come in and we use our traditional kahiko, which is the ancient hula, and then the awana, which is that musical part that's more modern. But we like people to understand the difference. We provide classes for the difference. We provide our students option to learn Tahitian from a Tahitian teacher, but they are expected to take the hula classes on the Hawaiian culture so that they know the difference between the two.
Every dance in the Hawaiian culture tells a story, and there is something to be learned from these stories. What is one that is particularly close to you? What's one of your favorites?
One of my favorites to tell that most people don't realize is electricity. I know it's not like a really intense or deep one, but Hawaii had electricity before the White House. And it's just one of those, oh, they really did stories that is really enjoyable. But one of the other ones that is more meaningful to me and my teacher, because it was written by my teacher, Lehua, Frank Kawai Kapo Kalani Hewitt, he wrote a story about the waters that fall from the sky and they feed the life that's on land. And every story in Hawaiian culture has three meanings. So it has the literal meaning, and this one, the waters just fall through the flowers, and it's the scent that's left in the flowers, in the water from the flowers. And you need to stop and smell that water because sometimes we don't realize the life that comes from the waters. But the second meaning is the waters that mingle, and waters are required to grow a baby, and people don't even think about that. But that's the second meaning. And then the third meaning is something that we may never know, because the Hawaiian culture, the third meaning is very special and sacred to the writer. The haku mele is what we call them. But that's my favorite. Really, really, my favorite is the speaking of the waters that bring life.
That is really beautiful. What are some of the ways that people can get connected with you? And can they take dance classes? How can they see performances? Tell us a little bit about that.
So we have multiple dance classes for different levels of ability. We have children's classes, teenage classes, and we have adult classes. All of those are generally on Saturdays, and the foundation classes where every student begins. They're welcome to come in and do an observation, even if they just want to sit and listen to the lesson that day. We welcome anybody who wants to learn to come and just connect with us. They'll find ways to volunteer with us and help out in any way they possibly can. We welcome anybody with open arms that wants to learn. We also have a huge show coming up August 31st from 1 to 3 at the local high school, Burbank High School. We tickets are available on zephy.com. And you can also find more information on Facebook, Ohana Dance Group. There's a event on there. Another way, not just to help the Hawaiian, our Ohana Dance Group, but there's a way to help the Polynesian community as a whole. We have a Sacramento Aloha Fest that's been moved up to Auburn just for a short period of time. But it's on September 14th, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. It's all the Polynesian cultures come together just to share the Polynesian culture, the dance, the music, and we just enjoy each other's company that day. There's also really great food.
Well,
There's volunteer opportunities, sacalohafest.org, that there's a tab. Just click that, sign up, and I'll help you get you placed in supporting one of the
love it.
areas of need.
Lots of ways to get connected. Thank you so much for sharing about the Ohana Dance Group with us. And thank you for the work you're doing.
Of course, thank you for having me.